Hello, everyone. Grateful to be here today with you. And the Council of Light is also in gratitude and fully present for this impromptu transmission and energetic conversation to support you at this time and really also to support the body devas at this time. We are in a pretty intense energetic of high emotion that might be arising really since the full moon. For some of you before that, the more evolved we become, the more sensitive we become to these energetic yoga moves and what's being invited. And the energetic impulses aren't forcing us into anything. It's really an energetic invitation into our next level of expression. And so with this latest, for some of you, a lot of my clients this week have been referring to it as a bit of a roller coaster. Um, it's really an invitation to shake loose, let go, purge anything that you can't take with you into the higher octave. And so we're in an energetic preparation right now for the Lunar New Year on, I believe, January 29th. And it's the year of the snake, and it's all about transformation. And when we always look at something, we encourage the empowered perspective of, okay, so this year is really an invitation for transformation. And how can I ride those waves and evolutionary impulses in a way that honors me, honors my light, is empowered? And we often use the metaphor of a surfboard and the idea of getting on your surfboard. And we're going to invite you to yawn. I'm really feeling this idea of needing to yawn, almost like the muscles are pushing. And so we'll also kind of equate that to an energetic yawn that wants to happen within your energetic fields. And if you think about a yawn, it's this idea of opening to let go. It's a release of sorts. It's a reset. So we're going to bring in some energetic support right now. For those of you tuning into this, know that your higher selves, your body's higher selves, your guides, your teams are all fully present to support you in this process. And none of this is us doing anything to you or for you. It's us sharing information, most of it energetic, again, an energetic conversation far beyond intellectually understanding it, because the intellect and the mind, the linear mind, will limit what's actually being invited to be remembered on a core level, on a vibrational level. This part of the evolution that's taking place is it's this energetic opportunity to move into more of our multidimensional nature, our multidimensional ways of being. You can call it next level human expression. And there's a lot of activations happening for that. There's a lot of evolutionary energetic processes happening at a vibrational etheric level within your etheric energetic light body blueprint makeup. So it's part of you. It's just the you that you don't see with the physical eyes necessarily. And so it's at a particular frequency held in a particular dimension or multiple dimensions, depending. And so your energetic fields are an aspect of your consciousness. They're part of you. And sometimes you can think of it as your energetic arms or your energetic muscles that you can use to shift you. And this idea of an energetic yawn, we're going to do it again energetically and also with the physical kind of mirroring it as the yawn. Inviting you, your body, your teams into this energetic reset Because for many of you, this week has been very intense. Maybe even multiple weeks in a row have been very intense. And the body devas, especially I'm being shown, are overwhelmed because they're the ones that are, could say, evolving the most in an unprecedented way. The body devas are nature spirits of earth, aspects of Gaia, fractal and spirals, nature spirits that spawn from Gaia as a being, all connected. And they also have galactic inheritance within their DNA, which is now activating. And as it activates, it's inviting them into their next evolutionary expression. The best metaphor, caterpillar to butterfly. But think of it as earth caterpillar to galactic butterfly, to more of a galactic expression. And so the body devas are doing a lot, a lot, a lot. And for some body devas, it's bringing up emotion. Now, you could say that the evolutionary shifts are conjuring the emotion, but from a different perspective, what we would encourage is the perspective, perception that the body devas are conjuring the emotion to shift their vibrations, to evolve themselves. They use it as fuel. And before we dive deeper into looking at the emotional aspect, they'd like me to walk you through a process where we support the energetic reset. And so we invite you to take a deep breath in. And again, it's like this energetic yawn that wants to happen. Inviting you as a being, as a soul, you are the soul riding in the body, to remember yourself as this ray of light that emanates directly from Source. You originate in the heart of Source, and then you beam your column of light, your pillar of light, from that core spark in the heart of Source, the divine aspect of you. And inviting you as a soul and your teams to energetically reference your columns of light and your divine sparks in the heart of Source, and to orient yourselves as that vertically, bringing all of your energy, your awareness, your focus into your columns of light. So it's like you're orienting to the connection, the oneness. Bringing your energy out of the past, out of the future, into the now. And that helps you move into that still point, energetic. Helps you access it. Doesn't mean you're in it yet, but we can't really access the still point if we aren't vertical in the now. And so we invite your body, David, nature spirit, to do the same. Orient in the now, vertical, internal, get current with who you are, with who you become. Not trying to be ahead of where it's like trying to push yourself further ahead up the mountain, just being where you are. You might even feel the body relax a little bit around that. One of the pieces I was looking at this week was the idea of the soul wanting the body to be more evolved than it is. And that can create a lot of issues. So you might make note of that if that resonates. And we can bring in more pieces around that. Just leave us feedback. We can create another transmission to talk more about that piece. As you orient vertically, internally in the now, we invite your higher selves, bodies, higher selves, and teams to the degree that you choose to activate and amplify greater stillness and to reference a dimension where you can be in absolute stillness, 0 point. and to do an energetic reset. Energetic yawn. Not trying to be or do or fix anything, just resting in the stillness. Some part of you, just imagine, intend for some part of you to be in a dimension where there's absolute stillness and to receive it there. For you as a soul, it's probably a dimension not of Earth. It's probably a dimension in the world you're from. And you could even invite your people of that world, the beings of love and light, your spiritual family, to encircle you and to model the stillness, to amplify stillness within themselves. Go. We're going to invite the teams to do the same, guides, same. Body Deva, same. Body Devas, guides, teams, same. Energetic reset in the stillness. You might just hold the awareness. Some part of me is resetting in the stillness. Some part of me is recentering, resetting in the stillness. And I'm also being shown this aspect of a deep integration for the body devas in the stillness. Which also allows for that gentle release. Just like a yawn here in this dimension helps with that. We're just going to model it. Just invite some part of you to do that in another dimension in an energetic way that helps to serve in that gentle reset, reboot, restoration. Resting in the stillness. And allowing that to be fully received, completed, integrated there in that other dimension. You are a multidimensional being. Inviting your body, Deva, nature, spirit to do the same. And then ripple and reflect it to you here. And that one process is a mechanism you can use as much as you want to support you in your evolutionary process and to support the body, Deva, in its evolutionary process, which allows for an easier ride, more grace and ease. Because otherwise, the body is only going to use mechanisms, and you're only going to use mechanisms for you that have worked in the past, that are maybe mechanisms you used before you were conscious, aware, and awake. The body, Deva, is just now awakening, becoming more self-aware. And it has many, many mechanisms it used prior to becoming self-aware. So as we become self-aware, more conscious, and you as a soul become more conscious that you are riding with a nature spirit of earth, body Deva, you can start to employ and utilize new tools, new mechanisms for evolution that are much more empowering. And so as you start to employ this mechanism that we just presented, if it resonates for you, It's a very simple mechanism. And the need for the emotions as a way of evolving may start to be lessened, meaning you aren't as much on a roller coaster, feeling like a pendulum swinging back and forth or like you're getting tumbled in the surf. Um, and what we'll do and what the body Davis will do, again, if we're evolving in an unconscious way and using a mechanism that really worked for us at a lower level of consciousness, is we can actually create unconsciously reasons to feel angry, upset, sad, irritated, frustrated, disempowered, not enough, fill in the blank, lacking something. And we use that mechanism as a way to evolve, which sounds weird, but it's worked up until now. And a lot of times, one of the questions on the spiritual path is, why would I create that? And then we want to blame ourselves and go into shame around it or try to shame someone else. And the truth is, we're always calling to us some kinds, different circumstances to wake us up. That's the bottom line. We want to awaken. Your body even wants to awaken to its essence more. You want to awaken to your essence more. And no, we don't sit and consciously choose to create something devastating or frustrating or disempowering in our lives. But it's this idea of we've given, many of us, energetic responsibility to the external circumstances to evolve us. And so we may not have exactly scripted certain playouts, but if we've given responsibility away for evolution and we're waiting for something outside of us to evolve us, we will have that experience of ourselves. And it's not right, wrong, good, or bad. It's just that it can feel very disempowering, very disoriented, very frustrating, right? Then the emotions start to get conjured and it's hard to see our way out of it. The way out of it is to begin to employ new mechanisms that take precedence and replace the old mechanisms for evolving, where we're using circumstances as a way to evolve ourselves, and we've given responsibility to the money, to the relationship, to the other, to offend us, to attack us, to chastise us, to challenge our power in a certain way so that we will awaken to the appropriate energetic stance and relationship with whatever that symbolizes for us. And this one conscious mechanism allows for the energetic weight to be carried a different way. We're not giving responsibility to something outside of us for our evolution. We're taking the reins, we're retrieving the responsibility, and we're going to employ this mechanism of using the multiple dimensions we have access to, and it's like partnering with our higher self, employing our higher self to assist us in actualizing something in another realm that assists us in our evolution here, really in all dimensions, where we express ourselves, but then reflects to us here. And as we start to employ the other dimensions more, the energetic weight and tension is not created in the physical realm. It's a much easier ride. So, one more process before we complete. Will you hold the responsibility for your own evolution at the level of your higher self so that you're not looking for circumstances energetically to evolve you? And if you choose, we invite you to take a deep breath in, leaning into your line of light. energetically referencing, having your higher self scan to energetically reference all the responsibility you've given to anything outside of you to grow you, shift you, evolve you. That's a nugget of your power, by the way. Inviting your body, demon, nature, spirit at the level of its higher self to do the same, team same. And retrieve all responsibility for your evolution back to you at the level of your higher self. Retrieve all responsibility for your own evolution you've ever given away to anyone, to a guru, to a deity, to something outside of you. Retrieve all responsibility back to you as a being, holding it at the level of your higher self, leaning into your higher self, your beam of light, linking in with your higher self, inviting your higher self to guide you, to invite you into subtle, empowering energetic shifts in a gentle, graceful way, and to begin to maybe commit more to your own evolution, where you're going to take the reins in collaboration with your higher self, and you're going to start to employ new mechanisms so the old mechanisms don't tumble you in the surf. You get to get on your surfboard and surf the waves. Your surfboard is the metaphor for these new mechanisms that we have access to as conscious, awake, and aware beings, where we start using ways of evolving ourselves that utilize the other dimensions we have access to and partner with our higher selves. And it's this idea of, I've really been looking at this energy idea. It's really like a virus of sorts in the mind of humanity, a mind virus, like kind of like a computer virus, where it's this idea that it's not possible to have it all. Something in our life always has to be wonky. We can't have the grace and ease. We can't have the flow in all areas. If relationships are working, then money's going to be out of alignment, or health is going to be out of alignment, or work, career. Like, we can't have it all. That's the belief and the thought, the conclusion that has been agreed to within humanity. And so because it's such a deeply rooted virus, and again, it's not right, wrong, good, or bad, but it's a energetic frequency rhythm thought that's on repeat in multiple areas. It's not just one little thing that we can go pluck out. It's infiltrated various aspects of the psyche and our identity. So it's a process to go beyond it as an experience. And with this idea of beginning to employ new mechanisms for our evolution, that helps to link us into new grids, new ways of being, growing, shifting, and evolving, and a new identity, which makes it much easier to retire something that no longer serves us. And for you, if you're watching this, the invitation is for you to be a way shower. And what a way shower is someone who demonstrates what's possible so that others can see it. And if they choose, they can start to move into it for themselves when they're ready. Kind of like the idea of the monkeys washing the potatoes. And it took one monkey to start washing the potatoes. And then eventually other monkeys started to wash the potatoes. And so it's this idea of being a pioneer. And you can start with this one mechanism that you're using to take the energetic weight off the other mechanisms that are meant to be used until we're conscious enough to use and employ new mechanisms. So they're not right, wrong, good, or bad, but have you outgrown the struggle, the separation-based ways of evolving? And so we'd like to extend the invitation for you to join us for a new series, and it's called Unlock the Hidden Treasure of You. But this new series is actually going to specifically address what we're speaking to. And it's meant to represent, be, explore, pioneer, next level expression as light, as a multidimensional being that no longer agrees to not having it all, getting to have all that you have access to, your own inner treasure, which then reflects as the balanced, aligned flow in all areas of your life. So if you want to learn more about that, you can find it at embracingtheinfinite.com. And thank you for meeting with us in this way, for collaborating with us in this way. It is our joy and honor to serve and support you in your evolutionary process. Much love.